Thousands of visitors are set to make a pilgrimage to Canterbury to be part of The Gathering, which is set in the cathedral and grounds and has an unusual schedule of activities for all the family. As you'd expect, the key figure at the helm is the Archbishop of Canterbury himself, Dr. Rowan Williams.
Well, we usually have a conference for the clergy of the Canterbury area once every 3 years, and I think because clergy work more and more in collaboration with other people in their parishes, we thought it would be a good event to have something a bit more adventurous, where clergy with their colleagues, with people in the parishes, could come together, decide what they wanted to find out about. So lots of workshops, lots of activities, and almost make their own conference. But to do it here in the mother church of the diocese, so that they can feel at home here too. I think without this, without the fellowship and the sharing of this diocese, the rest of the work would be quite meaningless. I think if you're trying to offer any kind of perspective on a national or international question, it's got to be based on the grassroots life of the church here.
I mean, you must be very proud that this is happening in Canterbury this weekend.
I'm really thrilled that it's happening here. I think it's important that the cathedral is seen by people as a welcoming place for everyone in this diocese and more widely. And I think the Dean and Chapter have worked amazingly hard to make that so. A cathedral is not just a tourist centre, not just a heritage building, not just something you see on the postage stamps and the postcards. It's actually a place where things happen.
And interestingly, this weekend it's very much about happening, and not only, dare I say, for clergy, it's wide, much wider than that, isn't it?
Yes, we're inviting all sorts of people to do workshops and study sessions on issues that affect not just the sharing of the faith, but also how we live in this society. And I think as the church in this part of England thinks very hard about its future, with all the problems that are around of finance and person power, we need to draw together, we need to share the best practice we have, and we need really to have a vision that will hold us together and bring us forward.
And this is a perfect event, I suppose, if you like to highlight the work of the church for all members of the family.
Absolutely, yes. And I think it'll act as a reminder too for a lot of people in Kent that, again, the church is not just an eccentric little group of people doing things in a corner. We're people who want to serve this community in all its fullness and who want to encourage people to live their lives to the full here.
It's been described as a unique event, obviously in conversation with Ian Hislop. Over 1,000 people, I understand it's sold out. A very unusual event. What brought it about?
Interestingly, we were both born in Swansea. But I have great respect for Ian Hislop as a commentator on our society, someone who has a very remarkably keen moral compass, whose integrity is manifest through all the things that he says and does. And I really look forward to sharing with him some perspectives on what this society is like that we live in.
He's well known for his satire, aren't you? A little nervous?
Of course, yes. And the fact that almost anyone who's sharing a platform with Ian Hislop is likely to end up in private eye at some point, well, I'll live with that.
Bring it on, says the Archbishop of Canterbury. And finally, obviously you say born in Swansea, but both now residents of Kent, so that's another bonus.
That's another bonus and another bond.
We'll have a perfect evening and indeed a successful weekend for The Gathering. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
For more information, log on to canterburydiocese.com/thegathering. Julie Maddocks reporting for YourKentTV.